Hey guys, today's video is on this super easy fall makeup tutorial. I used the Anastasia Soft Glam palette to create this look today. And please be sure to like and subscribe before you leave. And if you would like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright. As you can see, I have already primed my eyelids with concealer and powder, and I have filled in my eyebrows off camera. So just jumping right into the eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, and I'm going to start off with the shade Orange Soda, which is this one right here. And I'm going to take this on a Morphe M441 brush. And we're going to start this in the crease. So right in here, right where the eye folds, is where we want this to go. Just like that, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other eye. And this is just going to work as our transition shade for everything to blend into. Alright, then going in with the shade Burnt Orange, which is this shade right here. I'm going to be taking that on a M433, M433 from Morphe, and I pack it kind of onto the side of the brush. And I'm going to start by packing it on out here on the outer half, and then bringing it into the crease. And I am kind of messy with bringing it out in this direction because I will clean it up afterward. That is why I'm starting with the eyes. And it's just because I want that more elongated shape to the eye versus a very rounded shape. Okay, and then after I have that applied, I take whatever's left over on that brush and just kind of lightly dust it all over the lid. Just like that. Alright, we're going to do that exact same thing on the other side. So again, we're going to pack it on out here on the outer half, and then bring it into the crease. And I'm taking it from the crease all the way from outer corner all the way to inner corner. But I do want the most amount of product to be on the outer corner. So start out there, and that's how you will get the most amount of product out on the outer half versus the inner half. You want it to be a gradient from dark to light as you go from the outer corner to the inner corner. So, alright, and then after I had that applied, again, just messily putting that kind of all over the lid then. And then again, just make sure everything is nice and blended. I feel like I have just a little bit more on this side in the crease, so I'm going to put just a little bit more on this side. Alright, next shade we're going to go in with is the shade Rustic, which is this one right here. And I'm going to be using that same M433 brush. And we're going to be doing this on the outer half and then into the crease. But we are not going to put this one all over the lid like we did the last shade. So packing it on this outer half and then sweeping it into the crease. And then again, just making sure we kind of bring it out in this region too. And then I just use both windshield wiper motions and circular motions to blend that out. But as you can see, those shades blend really, really well together. They're not too far off from one another, so they blend very easily together. So again, packing this on the outer half, and then putting it into the crease. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade Cypress Umber, which is this one right here. And I'm going to be using a Morphe E17 brush to put just a little bit of that on. And we're going to start right out here, and we're going to just put this in the V of the eye. So as you can see, I take it and I go at an angle down by the lash line like that, and then meet that point and come into the outer crease. That's how you get your V. So you come down like this and then over like that, right, like that. And then I kind of just lightly fill this in with that shadow as well, just like that. I want to build that up just a teensy bit more right out here. And then again, just making sure I have it kind of sweeped out this way. All right. Then I'm going to pick up that M433 brush and just blend that out into those other shades. Got a little crazy right there. Okay, we're going to do that exact same thing on the other side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back in with that orange soda shade with this, which is this original color that we started off with in the crease, on that M441, which is the same brush that we used. And I'm going to use this in the upper crease area just to mesh it all together. So I'm going to start right here, right up where that dark shade ends. And using a very light hand, I'm just going to lightly buff that right there. And then I wipe off what's left on my brush, and holding on the end of the brush so that I use a very light hand, I'm just buffing over the edges of those shadows to make sure that everything is nice and blended and seamless. Okay, so now what I'm going to do before I do my wing liner and lashes is I want to clean up this eye shape. And sorry if you can hear my dog. So I'm going to go in with eye makeup remover. This is the Equate Beauty Oil-Free Eye Makeup Remover. And this one you have to shake it up because it's got conditioners in it. So you got to shake it up, and then I'm going to use a cotton round. So I just put some of that eye makeup remover on the cotton round, and then what I'm going to do is I fold the cotton round in half, like you can see here, and I go from the lower lash line out towards the brow and just clean it up. Just like that. And you can see how that cleans up that line, but it also doesn't make it too harsh like tape does, because I still want it to kind of be a blown out sort of look, and tape can sometimes be too harsh, and I'm not looking for that look today. So just using the cotton round Now I'm going to go apply my wing liner and lashes off camera. The lashes I'm going to be using today are the Velour Mink lashes, and these are in the style Wispy Me Away. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, now going in with primer. This is the Foundation Primer Plus SPF 15, and it's almost at the end, so I'm just going to squirt it right on my face. Alright, the foundation I'm going to be going in with today is the Elcie Micro Silk Foundation. And then I'm going to be using the Morphe, I think it's Highlight and Contour Sponge to be blending this into the skin. Okay, now that I have that all blended into the skin, we're going to go on with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to conceal our under eyes. Alright, and I'm going to use the flat side of the sponge because I want to be able to get right up against that wing eyeliner. And just be very careful when doing this because you go over that wing liner and you messed up your entire eye look. Alright, then to get this inner corner part, I am going to switch over to the pointed side to blend that. Okay, now I'm going to set my under eyes. I'm going to use the RCMA No Color Powder. Alright, and then I'm going to show you what I've been doing recently too. So I put some of the powder on my sponge like so, and then I kind of tap it off on my hand and just take off some of that excess before going and setting the under eyes. So then you're only getting the amount of powder that you actually need. And then also starting from out here and working inward really helps to get more minimal creasing. So then I'm going to take that pointed side with what's left on my hand just to get right in here. And then use again what's left of it just on this kind of, I don't know, triangle area right here, because that's where I personally tend to have a little bit larger pores. So again, pick it up, tap it on the back of my hand and get off all that excess. And then, especially for myself, I like to really stamp it right there against that wing liner, because even though the Maybelline gel liner that I used says that it's waterproof, I sometimes have an issue with it running throughout the day right out there. So like really packing on that translucent powder right there helps that it will not do that to me. Okay, now on to powdering the rest of my face. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but with my Merle Norman Ultra Powder Foundation in the shade Ultra Cameo. I'm going to take that sponge like I did for the eyes, and I put the product on there and then kind of stamp it on my hand. before going in and setting the face. And you always want to make sure that when you are going through to do this with your powder, you want to make sure that your sponge is damp but not wet. Because if it's wet, it's going to break up the foundation underneath versus setting it like it is. Oh. Say hi. Say hi. Huh? Okay. Alright, then for bronzer today, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Cali Contour, and I'm going to be mixing the bronzer and the contour color on my Morphe M523 brush. Then for blush, we're going to be using the Tarte blush in the shade Seduce, and I'm going to be using my Merle Norman blush brush to apply this. Then for highlight, I'm going to go in with the shade Becca Champagne Pop, which looks like this, and I'm going to be using my Morphe M510 brush. Alright, going back in with the eyes, we're going to go back in with the Soft Glam palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Burnt Orange, which is this one, on a Morphe E36 brush, and we're going to dust this all on the lower lash line, all the way from outer corner all the way to inner corner. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Rustic, which is this one right here on that same E36 brush. And we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did with that Burnt Orange shade. I cannot talk today. Okay, I feel like I got just a little messy right there, so I'm going to just take my sponge, just lightly clean that up. Alright, then before the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with a black eyeliner for the waterline. The one that I'm using today is the Almay Intense Color eyeliner in the shade Black Pearl. It looks like this. So I'm just going to apply that on the waterline really quick. You can use whatever black eyeliner you like. This is just the one that I have lying around. So this is what I'm going to use. And I will apply it twice just because my eyes water and I want to make sure that it's nice and opaque. after I have that applied to the waterline and my eyes stop watering, I'm going to go in with Cypress Umber, which is that one right there. And I'm going to take my Morphe M432, which is just a flat definer brush. So going in with that, I'm going to smudge this right at the lash line to blend that black eyeliner down to those lower lash line shadows that we have. So just going right up against that lash line and just lightly smudging this here is just going to soften that line and blend that black. And I kind of take my time with this, so because if you go a little too messy, you might take that black down just a little too far, and you do not want that. So just take your time with it. And then it should look like that versus that, if you can see the difference. I'm trying to zoom in a little bit more. So you can really see how much more blended that one is compared to that one. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Alright, so then after I have that done, I'm going to go in with that orange soda shade, which is this orange right here. Back in with that E36 brush, and I wiped it all off. There's no product left on it, so I'm going to take that orange soda, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right at the lower part of it, right down in here, and just lightly dust the shade to help blend everything out, and just bring some more warmth to the lower lash line as well. Alright, just like that. Alright, I'm going to apply my lower lash mascara and I will be right back. Alright, the eyes are all complete, so now all we have left to do are the lips. The lipstick that I'm going to be applying today is the Ciate, I think that's how you say it, Ciate London Liquid Velvet Lipstick in the shade Bittersweet. It looks like this. Alright you guys, this is the finished makeup look. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!